Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is the day 7 of the February LeetCode daily challenge series, and today we have this problem number 904, fruit into baskets. So in this problem you are given, so first you can read this problem statement on your own. I will just simply explain what this problem is saying. So in this problem you are basically given two buckets in which you can put fruits, okay? And but there are some conditions when you put the fruits. The fruits are, first of all, let's see how the fruits are given to us in the input. The fruits are represented as an array where fruit of I tells the type of the fruit. Like you can see this input. The array consists of 1 to 1. So that means the first fruit is of type 1, then the second fruit is of type 2, and the third fruit is of type 1. So fruits of I represent the type of the ith fruit. And now you have to collect as much fruit as possible, but you have some restrictions. There are three restrictions, that you have only two buckets, and each bucket can hold a single type of fruit. Like in if you decide to put a fruit of type 1 in one bucket, then in that bucket you can put only the fruit that is type 1. That means one bucket cannot contain fruit of different types, okay? So this is one restriction. And the second restriction is, starting from any tree of your choice, you must pick exactly one fruit from every tree while moving to the right, okay? And the third one is, when you reach a tree with fruit that cannot fit into your baskets, you must stop. So let's see this input. We are given the fruit size as 1 to 1. So we start picking from the first fruit. It is of type 1. We put it in our bucket 1. Okay, now one bucket we have with type 1. So we can put in the bucket number 1 only the fruits that have type equal to 1, okay? So now we have one bucket empty. So now we move to the second fruit. It has type 2. So we put this fruit in the bucket 2. Okay, currently we have two fruits. Now we move to the third fruit. It has type 1. So we can put this fruit in the first bucket, as the first bucket has the fruit which has type 1. So yeah, we can, like this, we can pick three buckets, okay? Similarly, the second input, we pick this fruit and put it into bucket. But if you do in this way, like you put a fruit with type 0 in bucket 1 and a fruit with type 1 in bucket 2, then in this manner you can only pick two fruits, because when you come to this fruit which has type 2, you can't put in any of the two buckets, as this fruit's type is 2, which is not equal to any type of the fruit present in bucket 1 or bucket 2. So instead we start from the first fruit that is present in the first index. We pick this fruit which has type 1 and we put it in one bucket, and then we move to the this fruit which has type 2, we put it in second bucket, and this fruit is also type 2, so we can put this again in the second bucket. So in this manner we can collect maximum 3 fruits. Okay, now let's see this case, how we are working here. You are given fruits 1 to 3. So if you start picking from here, you pick 1. Okay, you have one bucket in which your type is specified 1, and one bucket is still empty. So you move to 2. You can't put this in bucket 1. So if you put in bucket 2, okay, but now 3, you can't put it in any bucket, so you will stop the process here. So by this you can pick only 2. If you want to maximize, you can pick something like, you can pick 2, so one bucket will have type 2, and then you move to the second fruit which has type 3, so you put in second bucket, and then the next fruit has type 2, so you can put this in the first bucket, and then the next fruit again you can put it in the first bucket. So in this way you can put maximum 4. So in this case it is 4. So you can see the constraints also, it is 10 raised to the power 5. So basically you can approach this problem using sliding window approach, as you have to only you have to maintain only two types of fruit, right? At most 2 distinct type of fruits can be taken at one time. If any third unique type of fruit comes, then we can't take it and the process ends. So you can see, when we took 1 and 2, and when we came to 3, we can't pick 3 until we remove any one of these two. So we pick 3, but we remove the 1 from behind. So again when we removed 1, we have 2 types of fruit, 2 and 3. So it is fulfilling the restrictions, so we move ahead then to, now still we have only two types of fruit, then again we move to now still again two types of fruit are present, so we get 4 and all our restrictions are satisfied. So now I will quickly show you the code and explain the code line by line. So here I have just taken the size of the fruits array in n, and then I have initialized two pointers I and j, which I represents the starting index of the window and j represents the ending index of the window. Now we create a map and we traverse while I is less than n for all the elements, and we increment the current, like we take the ith fruit here, like we take the ith fruit and we increment its count in the map. And now like consider this, when our map is something like this, now we move to, like when I is pointing to I is equals to 2, so we have 3. So we check if the map size is equal to 2 or not. If it is not satisfying, so we will start decreasing our window size. This code is just ensuring that only. So we check while mp.size is greater than 2, we will shrink our window from behind using j pointer. So we take the last fruit from the window, we store in the last variable, and we decrease its count. If the count becomes equals to 0, then we erase the element from the map. And this way every time we are maintaining a valid window which fulfills the restrictions. And in the map always we ensure that only 2 elements will be there, as we can select the fruits in only 2 buckets. So here we maintain the map size equals to 2 every time, and we get the maximum in the result by result and the sum of the fruits of one type present in bucket 1 and fruits of another type present in bucket 2, and then at the end we return the result. Yeah, so this was all for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.